Have you ever noticed how some mornings, getting out of bed feels harder than it should? Maybe your muscles ache more, your memory feels foggy, or you find yourself a bit unsteady on your feet. It's easy to blame all of this on simply getting old. But what if I told you it's not just age catching up? What if these subtle changes aren't inevitable, and there's something simple many men over 60 overlook that could make a real difference? It's surprising how often these little signs are dismissed, yet they quietly chip away at our energy, vitality, and confidence. In today's video, I'm going to share 3 must-have fruits that can naturally boost your energy and help you feel more alive each day. Stick around, because by the end, you'll discover a simple change you can start right now to reclaim your strength and spirit. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Why do men over 60 often feel low on energy? There's something quietly unsettling about waking up one morning and realizing you just don't feel like yourself anymore. Maybe it happens all at once, or maybe it's so gradual you hardly notice at first. You move a little slower getting out of bed. The aches in your shoulders or back linger a little longer than they used to. It's not just about pain either, it's the heavy feeling that clings to your limbs, the sense that your get up and go just isn't what it used to be. Maybe you've started skipping your morning walk, or you find yourself sitting down to rest a little more often as you move through the day. For many men over 60, this creeping fatigue can become an unwelcome companion, coloring even the simplest activities with a shade of reluctance. It's easy to chalk it up to just getting older. After all, that's what everyone says, isn't it? You're not as young as you used to be, friends and family might tease, their voices full of sympathy and a touch of humor. Maybe you nod along, accepting this new reality because it seems like the natural order of things. But what if that assumption isn't quite right? What if feeling tired all the time isn't simply a sign of aging, but a signal that your body is quietly asking for something it's not getting? What if the problem and the solution are both simpler and closer than you've been led to believe? For decades, the prevailing wisdom was that energy loss after 60 was inevitable. But recent research has begun to challenge that assumption. Doctors and scientists now know that while aging does bring changes, like a gradual decline in muscle mass and hormonal shifts, many of the symptoms men experience are not set in stone. One of the most common reasons men over 60 feel sluggish, forgetful, or unsteady isn't age itself, but rather a combination of nutrition gaps, subtle dehydration, and the accumulation of tiny, daily choices that quietly sap our reserves. Think about it. The human body is remarkably resilient, designed to adapt to a range of challenges, from hard work in our youth to the shifting pace of retirement years. But as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to what we put into them or leave out. One of the silent culprits is a slow decline in key nutrients, especially those that support energy production, healthy blood flow, and strong muscles. As we get older, our digestive systems don't always absorb nutrients as efficiently. Our sense of thirst dulls, leading us to drink less water than our bodies need. And then there's the slow creep of inactivity. Sitting more, moving less, sometimes because of stiffness or aches, sometimes just out of habit. What's remarkable, and what most men don't realize, is just how much of an impact a few small changes can make. It's not about turning back the clock or pretending to be 30 again. Instead, it's about understanding that the body's needs shift with time, and giving it what it quietly craves. Recent studies in American medical journals have found that older adults who make simple dietary adjustments, like adding certain fruits to their meals, report significantly higher energy, better memory, and even improved mood compared to those who stick with the same routines out of habit. So, what does this mean for you? It means that feeling low on energy after 60 isn't a verdict, it's an invitation. An invitation to check in with yourself, notice what's changed, and consider whether your daily habits are still serving you. Are you eating the same meals you always have, even though your appetite or digestion has changed? Are you reaching for coffee or sweets for a quick pick-me-up, only to crash later in the day? Or have you started skipping breakfast altogether, thinking it's not worth the effort? One of the gentlest, most effective steps you can take is to bring more nutrient-rich, hydrating foods into your routine, especially fruits. Fruits are packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and water, all of which help combat the very fatigue, brain fog, and muscle loss that so many men accept as just age. Unlike supplements or energy drinks, which can be harsh or artificial, fruits work in harmony with your body's natural systems. Blueberries, for example, have been shown in multiple American studies to improve memory and balance in seniors. Bananas offer potassium and magnesium, which help prevent muscle cramps and keep blood pressure steady. Pomegranate is full of antioxidants that support blood flow and heart health, both of which are crucial for stamina and vitality. Making this change doesn't require a drastic overhaul. It can be as simple as starting your morning with a bowl of fresh fruit or adding berries and banana slices to your cereal. Keep a few apples or oranges on hand for easy snacks, or try swapping out dessert for a colorful fruit salad in the evening. You might be surprised how quickly these small changes add up. In just a few weeks, many men notice they feel lighter on their feet, more alert after lunch, and even sleep better at night. Let me share a story that might sound familiar. There's a gentleman named Walter, a retired firefighter from Ohio. In his early 70s, Walter found himself feeling constantly run down. He'd always prided himself on his strength, but these days, mowing the lawn left him winded, and he'd begun forgetting little things. Names, dates, even where he left his glasses. His doctor ran the usual tests, but everything seemed normal for his age. Still, Walter felt there had to be more to life than this slow, steady decline. It was Walter's granddaughter who suggested a change. She started bringing him small bowls of blueberries and cut-up fruit when she visited, encouraging him to add them to his breakfast. At first, Walter was skeptical. He'd never been one for health food. But within a month, he noticed real differences. His energy was steadier throughout the day, and the afternoon slump he used to battle nearly disappeared. He even joked that his old man's brain was starting to feel like a young man's again. What made the biggest impression, though, was how this small, daily act of self-care restored his sense of agency, of being able to make choices that improved his own life. That's the message I want you to take to heart today. Low energy after 60 is not a life sentence, and you're not powerless in the face of change. Every day offers a chance to listen to your body, respond with kindness, and make adjustments that help you thrive, not just survive. You deserve to wake up with energy and purpose, to feel steady on your feet, and to enjoy the things you love. So why not start with something as simple and delicious as adding more fruit to your plate? Your body and your spirit just might thank you. 2. The benefits of fruit for older men. If you close your eyes and think back to your childhood, you might remember the taste of a crisp apple on a hot summer day, or the sticky sweetness of watermelon shared with friends after a little league game. For many men, fruit brings back memories of simpler times, before health concerns and daily aches began to crowd the mind. Somewhere along the way, though, fruit can quietly slip off the plate, replaced by heartier fare or skipped altogether in favor of convenience. But what if those childhood snacks held the key to feeling better, stronger, and more alive in your later years? It's easy to underestimate the quiet power of fruit. After all, fruit isn't flashy or complicated. It doesn't come with labels promising to fix your joints or boost your testosterone overnight. And in a world full of supplements and quick fixes, the humble orange or blueberry might seem almost too simple to matter. But here's something surprising. Science shows that fruit offers benefits uniquely suited to the needs of older men, benefits that go far beyond just eating healthy. Let's challenge the usual way of thinking. Most people assume eating fruit is good, but not essential. Maybe even a little soft, something for kids or women. But what if fruit is a powerful tool for men over 60, quietly supporting everything from muscle strength to heart health, memory, and even intimacy? What if, instead of being a side dish, fruit could be one of the most important parts of your daily routine? The truth is, as we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to both the nutrients we get and those we lack. Our systems work harder to keep our hearts beating strong, our minds sharp, and our energy steady. Fruits, with their rich mix of vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants, answer many of the unique challenges of aging in ways that processed foods or supplements simply can't. Take the heart, for example. Heart disease remains one of the leading health concerns for American men over 65. The natural compounds found in berries, citrus fruits, and pomegranates, like flavonoids and polyphenol, act as protectors, reducing inflammation and helping keep arteries flexible. Studies published in leading American medical journals reveal that men who eat several servings of fruit per day have lower rates of high blood pressure, better cholesterol profiles, and a reduced risk of heart attack. It's not about magic, it's about giving your body the tools it needs to repair, recover, and keep working at its best. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Fruits are also champions when it comes to muscle strength and recovery. As we age, the body naturally loses some muscle each year, which can lead to weakness and a higher risk of falls. Bananas, with their generous potassium and magnesium content, help muscles contract and relax as they should. Oranges and other vitamin C-rich fruits support the body's ability to repair tissue and absorb iron, keeping your muscles strong and your energy levels high. Many older men find that simply adding a banana to breakfast or enjoying an orange in the afternoon helps them feel steadier on their feet and less prone to muscle cramps. Then there's the brain, a subject close to the heart of every man who wants to remain independent and sharp. Blueberries, blackberries, and grapes are packed with antioxidants that protect brain cells from the gradual wear and tear of aging. These same antioxidants improve blood flow to the brain, supporting memory and focus. Research from American universities has shown that older adults who regularly eat berries perform better on memory tests and are less likely to develop cognitive decline. Imagine having just a handful of blueberries or a bowl of sliced strawberries as your secret weapon against forgetfulness. Blood sugar is another common concern as we age, with many men struggling to keep diabetes at bay. While it's true that fruit contains natural sugars, the fiber in whole fruits actually helps slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. This keeps energy levels steady and helps avoid the crashes that come with processed snacks. Apples, pears, and cherries, in particular, have been linked to a lower risk of type 2 diabetes when eaten regularly. So, the next time you're tempted by a cookie, remember that an apple can be just as satisfying, and much better for your health. Fruits even play a quiet but crucial role in men's vitality and confidence. The antioxidants in pomegranate and watermelon have been studied for their ability to support healthy blood flow, which is not only good for the heart but also essential for intimacy and performance. Some men notice that, after making fruit a daily habit, they feel more energetic in every sense of the word, both physically and emotionally. Making fruit part of your routine doesn't have to mean giving up the foods you love or changing your lifestyle overnight. It can be as easy as adding a serving or two each day, a bowl of mixed berries with your morning oatmeal, a sliced peach with lunch, a banana before your afternoon walk. The key is consistency. Over time, these simple additions can become something you look forward to, not just for the flavor, but for the way you start to feel. Let me share the story of Richard, a grandfather from Michigan who spent years believing fruit was just nice to have. At 68, he found himself winded after climbing stairs and battling foggy afternoons that made it hard to enjoy reading or playing with his grandkids. A friend encouraged him to start small, swap his usual afternoon snack for an apple, add a handful of berries to his cereal, and finish dinner with a wedge of cantaloupe. Within a month, Richard noticed he had more energy to play catch with his grandson and his mind felt clearer. "I used to think feeling tired was just part of being old," he said, "but now I see that sometimes it's about what you're giving your body." That's the beauty of fruit. It's simple, accessible, and often overlooked. But for older men, it's a powerful ally. So, if you're looking for a way to boost your energy, protect your heart, sharpen your mind, or just enjoy your days more fully, remember that the answer might be waiting for you in the produce aisle. You don't have to become a nutrition expert or overhaul your diet all at once. Just start with one fruit a day, then two, and pay attention to how you feel. You've spent a lifetime working hard and caring for others. Now, it's your turn to enjoy the benefits of small choices that nourish you from the inside out. Adding more fruit isn't just about health. It's about saying yes to more years of energy, laughter, and living life your way. So go ahead, take a bite, and give your body the care it deserves. The 3 must-have fruits for men over 60. Fruit number 1. Blueberries, nature's youth pill. There's a certain quiet pleasure in starting your morning with a handful of fresh blueberries, those tiny, deep blue gems that have graced American breakfast tables for generations. Maybe you remember picking them from a wild patch as a child, or watching your grandkids sprinkle them over pancakes on a lazy Sunday morning. But as ordinary as blueberries might seem, science now calls them one of the most powerful allies for aging well, earning them the nickname nature's youth pill. For so many older men, the gradual changes of aging can feel frustrating, even a little discouraging. Maybe you've noticed your memory slipping a bit, forgetting names, losing your train of thought, or standing in the kitchen wondering why you came in there in the first place. Or perhaps it's your energy that feels different, that old spark just not quite as bright. These changes are so common, most people simply shrug and say, "That's just part of getting older." But what if it doesn't have to be? What if something as simple as a cup of blueberries could help turn back the clock, not to your 20s, but to a steadier, brighter, more energetic version of yourself? Let's challenge the assumption that slowing down is inevitable. Researchers at leading American universities have been fascinated by the power of blueberries for years, and the evidence keeps getting stronger. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, the pigments that give them their deep color, which act as powerful antioxidants inside your body. Think of antioxidants as your cell's personal bodyguards, neutralizing the tiny particles that cause wear and tear as we age. What's even more impressive is how these compounds travel through the bloodstream, crossing into the brain and helping to keep your mind sharp. One groundbreaking study from Harvard found that older adults who ate at least 2 servings of blueberries and strawberries each week delayed cognitive aging by up to 2.5 years. That's not a fancy supplement or an expensive treatment, just a bowl of berries you can find in nearly any American grocery store. Another study from the University of Cincinnati focused on people in their 60s and 70s who struggled with mild memory loss. After just 12 weeks of eating blueberries daily, participants showed measurable improvements in memory and mental flexibility, like the ability to switch between tasks and recall details more quickly. But the benefits of blueberries don't stop at the brain. These little berries are good for your heart, too. Blueberries have been shown to lower blood pressure, improve blood flow, and reduce inflammation, all critical for men who want to stay active and independent. The natural fiber in blueberries also helps keep cholesterol in check and supports healthy digestion, which becomes even more important as we get older. The best part is, adding blueberries to your routine doesn't require any drastic changes or complicated diets. It's as simple as grabbing a pint at the market and keeping them handy in your fridge or freezer. Try tossing a handful onto your morning oatmeal, stirring them into yogurt, or just eating them straight by the spoonful. If you like baking, fold them into muffins or pancakes for a treat that feels nostalgic and nourishing all at once. Let me tell you about someone who rediscovered his spark with blueberries. Bill, a retired mechanic from Pennsylvania. In his late 60s, Bill started noticing he was forgetting small things, like his neighbor's name or what he'd planned for dinner. He'd always been sharp, a guy who could fix anything with his hands and remember every face in town. As the memory slips grew more frequent, Bill felt a mix of frustration and quiet fear. His wife, Marlene, read about the benefits of blueberries and convinced him to give them a try. At first, Bill was skeptical. He'd never been a health nut, and he preferred bacon to berries any day. But he promised Marlene he'd eat a bowl of blueberries every morning for a month. To Bill's surprise, something started to change. He wasn't suddenly a young man again, but he found himself remembering details more easily. His neighbor's name came back the next time they chatted, and he could keep up with the grandkids' fast-talking stories without losing track. Bill noticed he had more pep for his morning walks, and Marlene commented that he seemed less cranky after a good night's sleep. Bill's doctor even remarked that his blood pressure had come down a few points. What stuck with Bill most, though, was how this simple habit, just a bowl of blueberries, helped him feel like himself again. Stories like Bill's are echoed all over America. Blueberries grow wild in the north, are cultivated in the south, and show up in pies from coast to coast. There's a reason generations of Americans have cherished these berries. Beyond the taste, they're a symbol of resilience, renewal, and hope. If fresh blueberries are hard to find or out of season, don't worry. Frozen blueberries are just as nutritious and often more affordable. Keep a bag in your freezer, and you'll always have them ready for smoothies or a quick snack. Even a simple handful of dried blueberries can add a punch of flavor and nutrition to trail mix or a salad. You might be wondering if there's a catch, or if you need to eat buckets of berries to see results. The truth is, even a half cup a day, just a small bowl, can make a difference. What matters most is making it a regular part of your life, something you do for yourself, not because you have to, but because you deserve to feel your best. So, the next time you're at the grocery store, let your eyes wander to the produce section. Pick up a pint of blueberries, and let yourself remember those summer days of your youth. The laughter, the energy, the simple pleasures. By bringing blueberries back into your diet, you're giving your body and mind a gift that science, and generations of Americans, have proven to be a true youth pill. Remember, you've spent decades building a life, raising a family, and weathering every storm. You deserve the chance to enjoy the years ahead with clarity, energy, and the confidence that comes from knowing you're taking care of yourself in the best way possible. Sometimes, it really is the little things, a handful of blueberries, a quiet morning, a promise to yourself, that add up to the biggest changes. Take that small step today. Your body and your spirit will thank you. Fruit number 2. Bananas, a natural battery for your day. There's something almost comforting about seeing a bunch of bananas sitting on the kitchen counter. Maybe it's the sunny color, the soft curve of each fruit, or the simple act of peeling one open with a quiet snap. For many of us, bananas have been a familiar companion since childhood. Tucked into lunchboxes, sliced over cereal, or handed out as a quick snack before Little League practice. Yet, as the years roll by and our tastes change, bananas can fade quietly into the background, overlooked in favor of more exciting foods or set aside out of habit. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But what if this humble fruit, long thought of as nothing more than a snack for kids, is actually one of the best-kept secrets for older men seeking steady, reliable energy throughout the day? Think about it. How many mornings have you woken up feeling groggy, stiff, or just plain tired, wishing there was anything that could give you a lift without the crash that follows a cup of strong coffee? Most people assume that kind of all-day energy is out of reach after a certain age, that sluggishness and fatigue are just the price of getting older. But here's the truth. Those low-energy mornings and afternoon slumps aren't a life sentence, and bananas might be the easiest, most natural way to change the pattern. We tend to underestimate just how much our bodies crave simple, clean fuel, especially as we grow older and our internal engines aren't quite as quick to recharge as they used to be. You see, bananas are more than just a convenient snack. They're packed with potassium, a mineral most Americans don't get enough of, and one that's absolutely essential for keeping our bodies running smoothly. Potassium helps regulate blood pressure, keeps the heart beating steadily, and makes sure our muscles contract and relax as they should. If you've ever suffered from those sharp, unexpected leg cramps in the middle of the night, there's a good chance your body was quietly asking for more potassium. But potassium is just the start. Bananas are rich in vitamin B6, which helps convert the food you eat into real, usable energy and supports brain health, too. They also provide magnesium, another key mineral that helps fight muscle fatigue and maintain steady nerve function. With just the right balance of natural sugars and fiber, bananas offer a slow, sustained energy release. No sugar spikes, no crashes, just gentle fuel to keep you moving. Recent research from the National Institutes of Health points out that people over 60 who eat potassium-rich foods like bananas are less likely to suffer from high blood pressure, heart rhythm problems, or even strokes. It's not just about prevention, though. Many men find that simply adding a banana to their daily routine helps them feel less tired, more focused, and even a bit lighter on their feet. There's something almost magical about the way this ordinary fruit powers the body from the inside out. Here's a story that might resonate. Jim, a retired mail carrier from Missouri, always prided himself on staying active. But as he neared his 70th birthday, Jim started to notice a change. His morning walks became shorter, his legs felt heavy, and he'd sometimes feel dizzy after standing up too quickly. At first, he blamed it on age. Just getting old, he'd shrugged to his wife. But when nighttime leg cramps started waking him up, his daughter suggested a change. She'd read about the benefits of bananas and told Jim to try having one with his breakfast every day. Skeptical but willing, Jim picked up a bunch of bananas the next time he was at the store. Within a week, something shifted. His legs felt steadier, and the nighttime cramps all but disappeared. He noticed his energy lasted longer too, carrying him through his morning walk and even into the afternoon. What surprised Jim most wasn't just the physical change, but how this new habit gave him back a sense of control, a feeling that he could still make choices that mattered for his own well-being. That's the real secret of bananas. They're a reminder that sometimes the answers we need are right in front of us, hidden in plain sight. You don't need fancy supplements or complicated diets to feel your best. Often, it's the everyday choices, what you reach for at breakfast, the snack you keep in your bag, the foods you enjoy without a second thought, that quietly shape your health and happiness. Adding bananas to your routine couldn't be simpler. Slice one over a bowl of oatmeal, enjoy it with a spoonful of peanut butter for a satisfying snack, or freeze banana slices for a cool, creamy treat on a hot day. They're portable, affordable, and need no preparation. Just peel and go. Bananas are gentle on the stomach, too, making them perfect for those days when your appetite isn't what it used to be, or when richer foods seem a little too much. And here's another bonus. Bananas help support digestion thanks to their fiber content, keeping things moving and preventing the kind of sluggishness that can sap your energy from the inside. They can even help soothe heartburn and provide a quick pick-me-up before exercise, no matter your age or fitness level. So, the next time you see that bunch of bananas at the store or sitting on your kitchen counter, don't overlook them. They're more than just a nostalgic taste from your past. They're a real, natural battery for your day, quietly offering the minerals, vitamins, and energy your body needs to keep going strong. Remember, staying energized and active after 60 isn't about finding the fountain of youth. It's about making small, meaningful choices that add up over time. Bananas are a perfect example. Simple, affordable, and deeply effective. You deserve to feel steady, strong, and ready to enjoy the day ahead. Make it a habit. Let bananas power your morning walk, fuel your afternoon activities, and keep those muscle cramps at bay. Sometimes, the best solutions are the ones that have been with us all along. Unassuming, dependable, and always within reach. Trust in the little things, and give your body the care it needs, one banana at a time. Fruit number 3, pomegranate, the secret to vitality and health. If you've ever held a pomegranate in your hand, you know it feels a little mysterious. The deep red skin, the crown-like top, and the weight of it promise something special inside. Maybe you've seen pomegranates at the grocery store or even tasted those jewel-like seeds in a salad at a family gathering. But if you're like many men, you may have passed them by. Too much work, too fancy, maybe not something you grew up with. What most people don't realize, though, is that this ancient fruit, revered in cultures around the world, holds a powerful secret. One that could change the way you feel as you move through your 60s and 70s, and even beyond. It's all too easy to accept a slow decline as an unavoidable part of getting older. You might notice your stamina isn't quite what it used to be, household chores leave you winded, and those long walks you once enjoyed seem to take more effort. Perhaps you've even noticed changes in your vitality, whether it's less spark in your step, a dip in motivation, or challenges with intimacy that you'd rather not talk about. These are changes so common, they're often brushed aside as just the way it is. But what if they're not? What if there's something small and delicious you could add to your day that truly helps you reclaim some of that lost vitality? Recent research is turning old assumptions on their head. Scientists have discovered that the pomegranate is packed with some of nature's most potent compounds for supporting men's health, particularly as we age. It isn't just folklore or an old wives' tale. Studies from respected American universities and medical centers have found that regular consumption of pomegranate juice or seeds can have dramatic benefits for the heart, circulation, and, yes, even male vitality. So, what makes this fruit so special? First, it's loaded with antioxidants. More than nearly any other fruit you'll find in the produce aisle. These antioxidants, especially punicalagins and anthocyanins, go to work in your body to protect blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and help keep your heart strong. For men, this means better blood flow, steadier energy, and a reduced risk of the cardiovascular problems that become more common with age. In fact, clinical trials have shown that pomegranate juice can help lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol, and reduce the buildup of plaque in the arteries. Key factors for staying healthy and active. But the story doesn't end with the heart. Pomegranate has also shown promise for supporting prostate health, a top concern for many men in their 60s and 70s. Some studies have even suggested that the antioxidants in pomegranate can help slow the progression of prostate issues and keep you feeling more comfortable and confident. Beyond the research, there's something deeply satisfying about adding pomegranate to your daily life. The act of cutting one open, seeing those seeds glisten in the light, and scooping them into a bowl can feel almost ceremonial, a quiet reminder that you're worth the extra effort. And the flavor is like nothing else. Tart, sweet, and utterly refreshing. Let me tell you about Frank, a retired teacher from North Carolina. After his doctor told him his blood pressure was creeping up and his energy was lagging, Frank's wife, Linda, read about pomegranates in a health magazine. She started buying pomegranate juice for him, and they made a ritual of sharing a small glass together each morning. Within a few weeks, Frank noticed he wasn't as tired after his afternoon walk. He felt more alert, his blood pressure numbers started to improve, and, as he put it, he just felt more like himself. What began as a simple act of curiosity turned into a cherished daily habit, and a turning point in Frank's journey toward better health. If you've never tried pomegranate before, you might wonder where to start. The easiest way is to look for 100% pure pomegranate juice at your grocery store. Just half a cup a day is enough to get the benefits. Make sure you choose juice with no added sugar. Pomegranate is naturally sweet enough. Or if you're feeling adventurous, buy a whole fruit, cut it open, and scoop the seeds, called arils, into a bowl. Eat them by the spoonful, sprinkle them over yogurt or salad, or mix them with other fruit for a beautiful and nutritious snack. Some men worry that pomegranate is too exotic or not worth the trouble, but once you get used to the taste and the ritual, it can become something you look forward to. Many find that it adds a spark of variety to the day, a little color, a burst of flavor, and a sense of doing something special just for themselves. And unlike some health habits that feel like a chore, enjoying pomegranate is a pleasure. It's important, of course, to remember balance and moderation. If you have diabetes or are on medications for blood pressure or cholesterol, check with your doctor about the best amount for you. But for most men, pomegranate is a safe, simple, and delicious way to invest in your own well-being. The lesson from the pomegranate is clear. Vitality isn't just a thing of the past, or something reserved for the young. It's something you can nurture, even reclaim, with small daily acts of self-care. In a world full of shortcuts and empty promises, sometimes the true secret to health is simply listening to the wisdom of nature and giving yourself permission to enjoy it. So, next time you pass by the produce aisle, pause for a moment. Reach for a pomegranate, and remember that the power to feel more alive is always within your grasp. Each bite, each sip, is a vote for your own strength, energy, and joy. You've earned the right to feel your best. Let the pomegranate remind you that age is no barrier to living with vitality. Your journey toward better health can start with something as small and bright as a single seed. Go ahead, discover the secret for yourself, and savor every moment. In a world full of nutrition advice, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially when it comes to fruit. On the one hand, you've heard again and again that eating more fruit is good for your heart, your brain, your energy, and even your mood. On the other, there's often quiet concern. Can I have too much fruit? What about my blood sugar? Am I doing this right? For many seniors, questions like these can turn a simple apple or handful of grapes into a source of doubt rather than comfort. But it doesn't have to be that way. With a few safe, sensible habits, fruit can remain a joyful, nourishing part of your life, one that supports your health without worry. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Let's start with the basics. Fruit is a gift from nature, packed with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants that are especially valuable as we age. But just like any good thing, balance is key. It's easy to fall into the pattern of sticking with one or two favorites. Maybe you reach for sweet watermelon all summer or add mango to your morning smoothie out of habit. While these fruits are delicious, it's important to remember that some fruits are higher in natural sugars than others. Eating too much of these can raise your blood sugar, especially if you have diabetes or are watching your weight. That doesn't mean you need to give up your favorites, but variety is your best friend. Rotate through berries, apples, oranges, pears, and other fruits in season to give your body a wider range of nutrients and to keep your taste buds happy. Imagine your fruit intake as a colorful patchwork quilt. Each piece adds something special, and together they create a pattern that's as healthy as it is beautiful. When you mix things up, you not only avoid overdoing the high sugar options, but also support different parts of your body, from your eyes and bones to your heart and immune system. There are also some special considerations for seniors, especially those managing health conditions like diabetes or kidney issues. As we get older, the way our bodies handle sugar, potassium, and even water changes. If you're living with diabetes, whole fruits are almost always better than fruit juices, since the natural fiber in whole fruits slows down sugar absorption and helps you avoid sudden spikes and crashes. Stick to reasonable portions, a small apple, a handful of berries, or half a banana at a time. If kidney health is a concern, some fruits, like bananas and oranges, can be high in potassium, which might need to be limited depending on your doctor's advice. The most important thing is to keep an open conversation with your healthcare team. Ask them which fruits fit best with your personal plan, and don't be afraid to enjoy the ones that are right for you. The beauty of fruit is that it doesn't have to be a special occasion food or something that takes effort to prepare. In fact, one of the healthiest habits you can build is spreading out your fruit intake across the day. Instead of having a big fruit salad at one meal or skipping fruit altogether, try using fruit as a natural snack. Reach for an apple or a few grapes when you feel hungry between meals. Add a small bowl of berries to your breakfast, a sliced orange with lunch, or some pear with a bit of cheese in the afternoon. This approach keeps your blood sugar steady, helps prevent overeating, and provides gentle, lasting energy. No sugar crashes, no regrets. Let me tell you about Mary, a grandmother from Iowa who spent years feeling confused about how much fruit was safe. After being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, Mary was told by friends and even some well-meaning family members to stay away from fruit. For a while, she avoided it completely, missing out on the food she once loved. But a visit to a registered dietitian changed everything. Mary learned that she didn't have to give up fruit. She just needed to be smart about her choices and portions. Now, she enjoys a handful of blueberries with breakfast, half a peach as a snack, and apple slices in her salad for dinner. Her blood sugar is better controlled, and she feels more energized and less deprived. Best of all, Mary says, fruit is back to being something I look forward to, not something I worry about. There's something special about the simple pleasure of fruit, biting into a crisp apple, tasting the tartness of berries, or letting a piece of melon cool you on a summer afternoon. Fruit isn't just fuel for your body. It's a way to bring color, flavor, and a bit of joy into each day. The secret is not to overcomplicate things, but to listen to your body, trust your common sense, and remember that small, thoughtful habits matter most. When you shop, let the seasons guide you. Try something new when you see it at the farmer's market, or go back to an old favorite you haven't had in a while. If you live alone, consider buying fruit that keeps well, like apples, oranges, or frozen berries, so you always have something on hand. And remember, frozen or canned fruit, in juice, not syrup, can be just as nutritious as fresh and even more convenient when your schedule or mobility makes shopping a challenge. At the end of the day, enjoying fruit is about so much more than just numbers or nutrients. It's about giving yourself permission to savor life, to nourish your body with foods that are both good for you and truly enjoyable. Safe fruit habits don't mean living in fear. They mean being informed, flexible, and gentle with yourself. So, as you move through this chapter of life, let fruit be a friend, not a foe. Use it to add color to your plate, to snack mindfully, and to support your unique health needs. Don't be afraid to ask questions or try new things. You've earned the right to enjoy simple pleasures and take care of yourself in ways that feel right for you. Every day is a new opportunity to make small choices that add up. One apple, one orange, one handful of berries at a time. Trust yourself, trust your body, and let fruit be a sweet, steady companion on your journey to health and happiness. As we come to the end of our journey together, I hope you've discovered something both simple and profound. Small choices truly matter, no matter your age. For so many men over 60, it's easy to feel that time is quietly closing doors. Maybe your energy isn't what it was, or some days just seem harder than they used to. But remember, age isn't a full stop. It's a new chapter, one where you have the power to nurture your health, your spirit, and your connection with the people and moments that matter most. Adding fruit to your day may seem like a small act, but it's really a powerful gift you give yourself. Whether it's the memory-sharpening power of blueberries, the steady fuel from bananas, or the heart-strengthening magic of pomegranates, each bite is a gentle step towards a more vibrant you. The science is clear, but more importantly, so is the lived experience of countless older Americans who found joy, energy, and comfort in these simple changes. So, as you stand in your kitchen tomorrow, or stroll through the produce aisle, let yourself feel hopeful. Try reaching for one of these fruits, not as a chore, but as an act of kindness toward yourself, a quiet promise to keep moving, keep growing, and keep living life fully. You've earned that right, and it's never too late to begin. If today's video has sparked a new idea or brought back a favorite memory, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's continue this journey together, one healthy, hopeful step at a time. Wishing you energy, joy, and good health always.